What do we got there?
This is the new CP30. Last year we had the 28. Really impressed with the CP28. Dead, extremely dead in the hand. And the CP30 is no different. This one I like more because I like that extra 2 inches. A lot better.
We all love the extra 2 inches.
This is a nice bow. I really like this bow. It really impressed me how dead it is in the hand and how smooth that draw cycle is. And it's just, it's a fun bow to shoot.
The way I look at this bow, and I have yet to shoot it, but I really kind of look at this as a very similar platform to the Carbon 1. It's 30-inch axle to axle. Looks very similar with the limb angle. Everything about it looks quite similar. But because this one's aluminum, it's about $600 less on price. So that's a nice option if you shoot the Carbon 1 and really like it. But it's a little too much money for you to want to do it and swallow that pill. You could always go with this one. So let's give it a try. See how it feels. Yeah, the draw cycle feels very, very similar to the Carbon 1. Letdown's the same, super mild, and it really does. I don't know if they have the same cams on these two bows or what, but it feels quite similar. Very smooth. Super dead, like Ernest said. I do think the Carbon 1 is maybe just a touch more dead. I think it's because shock and vibration tends to dissipate a little bit quicker through carbon than it does through aluminum. But again, if a tiny bit of vibration is not a big deal for you, again, this bow is $600 cheaper and very, very similar platform to the Carbon 1. Dude, it's crazy because I love this thing, but it's so noticeable, the extra 2 inches on axle to axle from the 28, and I like this thing a lot better, and this is actually maybe in the running of my favorite ones this year, so let's see the speed on it.
So now we're going to chrono the CP30. CP is for center pivot, and that's the design that Bowtech has, where we got the center pivot on these limbs. Drawn 72.
72.2.
29-inch draw, 72 pounds, 422 grain. Awesome Velocity Pro arrow.
Comfort.
On comfort, yeah. 284. So we got one more shot going through the chrono. Real quick, I keep looking at these cam designs, man, and as a bow technician, without that hard angle that they did have on their last year's cam, I mean, it's so nice. I keep looking at that and it keeps popping out. Because James had a little separation issue on the serving back here because of a tight angle of last year's bow, and they fixed it. So it's it's cool to be able to work with it or communicate with a company or have them listen to you and make changes. 287. So now we got the CP30 on performance mode. Performance mode.
That's a heater.
That's some speed right there.
Whew.
296. Dang. That's impressive. Performance mode. That's shooting 422 grain arrow. 296 with a 6 3/4 inch brace height. It's pretty nice. I mean, you definitely do feel the difference with the performance mode on this CP30. I like having the option. I personally wouldn't shoot it. I'm more of a comfort guy, but that's impressive to have that option.
So just watched Ernest shoot this through the chronograph on performance. Could definitely tell there was a little hump in that draw, but the speeds were blazing. Like super, super quick speeds on this. With that brace height length is quite impressive. So you should get that forgiveness along with that speed. Let's see how this draw is. Honestly, I was like expecting it to be worse. That didn't feel too bad to me, really. It certainly does have like a wall or a buildup kind of like right in this part of the draw right here. But it's not too bad. And what I like about the Bowtechs, I'm with Ernest, I would shoot this on comfort personally. But it's nice to know that if this was my bow, my everyday driver, and I drew a moose tag or something where I really wanted that extra horsepower, I can flip it into performance just for a short period of time, re-rack it, get it ready to go. That way I have that kinetic energy and that extra speed that I want for an animal of that size. So it's really cool to have both options baked right into the bow, and that's something that I'm really impressed with Bowtech, and I think it's awesome that they offer that in their bows. So really like the CP30. I do think it's a step up from last year's CP28. Obviously I'm a little biased because I like a longer bow. They did a great job and stoked on it. So come down to the bow shop, give it a try.